So, I haven't made a video in a really long time. I'm kind of sick, have been for the past, oh good, I have been sick for like a week now. It's getting better. My voice is still kind of bleh. So, I don't really know what I wanted to say. I guess it's just been a really long time since I've made a video, and I kind of feel, lately I've just been watching my life change, and I've been just realizing how much I've changed, and it's been a really interesting process because it's, I don't know, it's just really weird because in some ways it's really good. It is really good. I'm glad that I'm changing, and I'm glad that there's certain things about me and the way that I look at things that are changing, but in another way it's really, really hard. Because there's people that I've gone through this changing process with, and I guess there's a level of fear in just being the person that I've really become through all of this, and it's really silly, and I shouldn't allow fear to hold me back from being who I am, but it's a struggle because it's interesting to finally be in a place where I can look back at, honestly, just about the past 3 months of my life, and usually it's a longer thing like that. Like, I can look back at the past year of my life and been like, wow, I've definitely changed since then. But the past 3 months have really just kind of set in stone the person that I am and becoming, and especially this past month. I started out, as all of you pretty much know, I started out the month of October with all of the stuff going on with my health, which still not really sure why all of that happened. I know that it was definitely something with God just being like, slow down, I have a different place that I need you to be in, and losing my job ended up being a really good thing because I was able to be there for my friends through some times that were really, really hard on us, and got close to all of them, and they're amazing people, and just really, I would say get back on my feet at that point, but that's only something that I'm really starting to do now. So, yeah, I started out October with 3 days in the hospital while my mom was in the hospital, and if you haven't read about that, I can show you where that is because I don't feel like talking about it. And then went through some stuff with my friends that was very, very trying, but definitely brought us all closer together, and that was really good. Wow. And then about, week and a half ago, everything kind of just started falling apart again, and I have some really great news to share with you, so hopefully you've watched up until this point. On March 27th, 2011, I have been invited to be the main speaker at a conference in Connecticut, and that's really awesome for me. Hold on. Milo, stop. Sorry. That's really awesome for me, so I'm hoping that God just pulls all of that together, because speaking is what I've always wanted to do, and it just kind of fell in my lap, so that's incredible. So I got the news that would happen, and then I think the night that I found that out, I went to Stella's. An old friend was there, and her name is Milo. Stop it. Hold on. Sorry. So her name is Taylor, and we started talking at Stella's, and we were just talking about old times, because I haven't really hung out with her since my sophomore year of high school, which that's been 3 years now, so since I was 15, and we were talking about old times, and talking about our best friend at that time, and her name is Sarah. We were talking about her family and how much we missed them, and it was interesting. So she talked about how she had gone to coffee with Sarah about a week before. So the next day I went on Sarah's Facebook, and I was like, we should hang out, and I started seeing all these things, these comments that people were making, like, oh, I'm so sorry, for your loss and all this stuff, and no one had said who it was that she had lost, and in my head I was just going, please not Joe, because Joe's her little brother. And while I was a sophomore and we were best friends, we were those kind of best friends. I basically lived at her house for weeks at a time. Like, I would come and spend the night and stay there and come over every day after school. So while I was living there, Joe was kind of like my little brother. And so I went on Google and just typed in Carvalho Death Littleton, and his face comes up, and I was just like, no, come on. So I went through a few days, and it's still really hard, just dealing with that and dealing with the fact that a 16-year-old can just be there and then not. And so I've been really, really fighting God with that, and that's been really hard. And I went through a lot of anger and just a lot of stuff. And I've just been going through a lot of not understanding things in my life and people and reasons why people leave and reasons why people come back, and so that's been hard. And I've also been dealing with loneliness, which I've been okay with being alone the majority of my life, so that's been really interesting. And just last night, I hope that you guys read what I wrote, because there was a really important realization about Milo! Sorry. Milo! Come here! About, just being known and the fear that there is of being known, and how I've been going through this thing where it's like I feel completely alone, but not in the sense that there's nobody there. It's like it kind of felt like I knew everybody too much, like they were all inside of me, and I wanted to be able to be touched. Like, I wanted somebody from the outside to come and touch me, and it was interesting because all the while I was yearning for that, I was really pushing God away, and I was like, don't come near me, I don't want it. So that's been interesting, and last night I had this complete mental breakdown and just realized how much God has just been like trying to get me back with Him and just hedging me in. And this morning I've been through it again and again, just like breaking down and coming back. And so I just wanted to make this video and just talk about my life, I guess, because I'm so used to writing about it that sometimes I feel like the person talking and the person writing are two different people, and I don't want that to be the case. And so I want you guys, to see that I'm a real person that's going through these things, and I'm not just like some girl who writes about all these awesome experiences that she has with God. And it's really humbling to get emails from you guys that are just like, oh my gosh, all this stuff about your life, and to then to see that you guys see one part of my life, but I have to live the rest of it. And it's like I write about all these things that have happened to me, but there's so many things that I don't tell about, and sometimes I'm like, man, if they really knew, they wouldn't look at me like that. And it's really humbling, because a lot of pride can come with that, and that's just, that's just honesty. But I feel like showing you me talking about this and talking about and saying, I've really had a hard time. I've had oh my gosh, the past 3 months have been so difficult. And I think me saying that to you and looking you as much as I can in the eye and being like, you're not alone, and I'm not, I'm not any better than you, not at all. In fact, I'm probably worse than you. I'm not any better than you, and I can't, my relationship with God isn't based on anything that I've ever done. And, if you want that kind of relationship with Him, then have it, because I'm not any better than you, and I just want you to know that, and I want to say it to your face, and for you to realize how special you are, because it's taken me so long to realize how special I am, and to realize that, I'm as much alone with God as I would be if I was the only person on earth, and He died for me as much as I would have anyone on the entire earth if we were the only person, that needed saving. So that's just basically what I wanted to say, and I know this video has been long, so please forgive me. And I hope it is the right way around, because if not, you're just going to have to watch it sideways. But I love you guys very, very, very much, and thank you again, and God bless you.